Okay. All right. Good morning. Hi, Ten George Realty, and I hope you had a nice weekend. The weather's turned out pretty nice. The last weekend, no rain, and the temperature is pretty decent. So I hope you had a nice weekend. Well, hey, this is the second week of 2026, and according to John, this is a good year, right, John?
It's going to be a fabulous year, guys.
All right. I like that positive attitude.
It's going to be a
But yeah, I think it's getting to be better, and I kind of feel the momentum already. So let's have a good year. And if you don't have any business plan, hey, this is the time to do it. Okay, because you have to have a roadmap to know where you're going. So every year I encourage all the agents to formulate a business plan. It's easy to do, and if you want some help, Michelle and I can always walk you through the hands-on. So just call us up, and we try and help the agents to formulate their business plan. Okay, and let's have a good year. So now, as you know, that Ben Lee from Pacific Alliance Bank is going to be our affiliate speaker today. But I will introduce last as the affiliates. Let me introduce all the other ones first. Let's start with John Wax. John, you're early
thank you,
as always.
Peter. Thank you, Peter. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, everyone. Hi, 10. Hope you had a great weekend. It was beautiful out there. A little windy, but really, really nice. Like I was telling Peter, it's a great time to be in real estate, reaching out to your clientele, checking in with them, seeing how they're doing, see if they have any plans to buy or sell real estate or any investing plans. One of the things I wanted to talk about, besides the fact that we include the FHDS CARD form in our reports, we have the only one that has the free lease report, renter's report for your leases, and the free property tax estimator is good habits. Most of the people think that 21 days will create a good habit if you do it properly. Actually, according to University College London, it takes about 66 days on average. And in real ranges between 18 and 254 days. What does it depend on? How complex the habit is, how often you do it, and your environment and motivation. Obviously, drinking as much water as you can to be healthy is an easy one. But maybe going to the gym and working out or doing things that are not as pleasant may take you longer to develop the habit. But good habits are good to have. And please, this is a good time. I know in January, you're always thinking about, well, what's my resolution and all that? Habits, good habits, calling, cold calling, reaching out, door knocking. All those things are good habits to get into to create more opportunity for business. My biggest tip to you, don't be secret agents, wear your badges, have cards, pens, appropriate documents with you, but also create good habits as we move through 2026. I'll put my information in the chat. I wish you all a wonderful January and a great 2026. And I thank you very much.
Thank you, John. I was always told that a habit will form after 30 days consistently, doing it consistently. So it's not too far from it. It's 21 days minimum.
That's the adage, but actually they're saying 66 days or longer.
Oh, really? Some of them takes that long?
Yeah, well, that's according to the studies. It's just
Okay.
a study I was looking up.
Nice to know that.
Yeah,
Okay.
thank
All
you.
right. Thank you, John. Appreciate that. Now, next we have Angie Tang from First American Title, the First Eagle.
Thank you. Good morning, Hi 10. Happy New Year, and Chinese New Year is just around the corner. I hope you have your goals all set, because if you've already passed the first week of January, let me see, what's the statistic? You're 24% higher than the rest, because 24% of all people who have a goal or resolution drop out the first week. So we're on second week. This is a good thing. And after the first, I think it's the first, and by the end of January, 43% drop out. So let's not be part of the 43%. Let's rise and push beyond our limits. because it's a new year. It's a great time. The statistic that I read about breaking a habit is 22 days. So I'm not sure which number it is. But let's just say if you are consistent and persistent, you're able to get those goals. Reach for the dreams. We have all the resources to help you. We have this new system that we just rolled out. I just finished wrapping up an 8:30 training on it. It's on how to pull net sheets. So it's going to be a lot of different resources within it. We already have a net sheet tool, but this one is even more robust, even more comprehensive, and even has the ability to give you social media talks. So in case you're running out of ideas or thoughts of what to put on social media, we have that incorporated into this new system that we just launched. I'm so excited about it.
Wow,
I will do
that's good
for you guys. But the first thing that they taught us now is how to create that extravagant net sheet within 30 seconds. So I'm really excited about it. We already had one, but this is even more profound.
Wow, that's good.
Yeah, we're just enhancing everything one step.
Can you give us a lunch and learn then to present your new product?
Yeah, I would love
to all
that.
the agents?
Yep.
So we'll arrange it maybe next couple weeks.
Sure, sounds good. I'll be ready.
All right, great.
Thank you. Thank you for your time, Hai-Tan.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Appreciate that. Okay, next we have Nancy Chen. We're just talking about you, Nancy. We miss you.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Hai-Tan George. I am so lucky to got on. My computer just crashed, and I'm using my phone, and I got on. So thank you so much. It's Happy Monday. Back to work, guys. And I have people calling me for farms. Marketing and trying to get leads is competitive. You need to have strategy. So there's Target Farm. We have Dynamic Farm that we're using, and it's been upgraded. You can even record things on there and then make highlights on who you talk to, what's going on. But you need to take action like Angie and everybody was talking about. It is up to you. We have the tools. I have the experience. You have the backup. It's just taking the action. So activities creates results. So the more activities you do, the better it is. I want to see that Hai-Tan George Realty sign up around your neighborhood. And that's the places that you should target right now. Thank you so much, Nancy Chan. My phone number and email will be in the chat. Thank you so much. Oh, I can't get on the computer. So sorry, but give me a ring anytime. Thank you, Peter. Thank you, Michelle.
Okay.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, Nancy. Appreciate that. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Okay. Next, we have Unita Wu from HWA, the home warranty.
I'm going to grab one over there. Thank you.
What?
Hi. Good morning, everyone.
Oh,
Thank you,
okay.
Peter. Thank you, Hai-Tan, Agent, and Michelle. Unita Wu from Home Warranty of America, 13 months home warranty. Happy New Year, everybody. I just want to let everybody know, too, we do have those open house kit if you guys do need them. This is the time to do farming. So if you guys need those flyers holders or door hangers or things like that, we do offer them. Please don't hesitate to reach out to me because I want to make sure this is free marketing material, right? Everything is so expensive nowadays. So if you're getting anything that free that could benefit for you, for your marketing, please utilize us and hopefully we could get that business back from you. Also for the home warranty, we haven't gone up pricing. We're still on a $75 trade call fee and we're still 13 months home warranty. So we give additional 1 month free. It's so important. Like a lot of buyers, believe me or not, they file a claim last minute, which is on that 12 months. There's something going on at the end of the year. So we're here to help you anytime. Thank you again for your continued support. I do speak English, Chinese, Mandarin, and Indonesian as well. Thanks again. Have a great day.
Thank you, Unita. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I believe we have Nicole Menard, right? From Fidelity.
Yeah, we have two people.
Two people. Okay, let's start with Nicole. Good morning, Nicole.
Good morning.
coming
Happy
in
New
person.
Year. Thank
Happy
you.
New Year.
Thank you, Peter and Michelle, for allowing us to join you. It's such a pleasure and excited for the new year. As John said, all of us, we just feel the momentum. And as you know, last week, the rates dropped. So hopefully you guys contacted your clients, and within our Fidelity Agent app, there's great resources in there for you to help you contact your clients, help you create seller net sheets, buyer estimated costs. We've had this in our tool chest for about 13 plus years. They're rolling out new features. And I'd love to help you grow your business and help you be successful. As everybody has said here, habits are very important. For those of you that like listening to podcasts, there's a great one out right now with Mel Robbins and James Clear, the author of Atomic Habits. So take a listen. I'm here to support you. Nicole Menard, Fidelity National Title. Have a great day. And again, Happy New Year. Thank you.
Thank you, Nicole. Thank you very much. Okay, next we have Yolanda.
Hi, good morning, Peter. Good morning, Hi-10 George Realty. Happy New Year. I hope everybody had a wonderful weekend. Yolanda Martinez Arenas, WFG National Title. I'm going to ditto and follow in everybody else's footsteps. Nancy, Angie, Nicole, you know what? Just see the people. I've always said this is the busy time for listings, especially senior citizens and absentee owners. I cannot stress enough. This is the time where people held off after the holidays to list their property, or the children went to visit their parents and realized, oh my God, mom and dad cannot go up this and down the stairs. The house is too big. Their health is deteriorating and they need to put them in a home or move them in. So prospect. I'm here for you. Give me a call. Again, Yolanda, WFG National Title Company, and have an awesome day. Thank you.
Thank you, Yolanda. Thank you very much. Okay, I think we finally come to our affiliate spotlight today, which is Ben Lee from Pacific Alliance Bank. As you know, PAB offers many commercial loans, and including SBA loans, and also the regular commercial loans. Okay, so they have very competitive the rates and easy to deal with, and they have very amicable lenders to service you. So without further delay, let's welcome Ben Lee from Pacific Alliance Bank. Ben, go ahead.
Good morning, everyone. So it's my pleasure to join Monday's sales meeting. And again, my name is Ben Lee. I'm come from Pacific Alliance Bank. I'm SBA manager and also urban branch manager as well. So feel free to call me or email me for any questions regarding the commercial loans or construction loans, or as well as SBA loans. So today, I'd like to give a brief introduction focus on SBA 7A loan program. And again, I welcome everyone to join this coming Wednesday lunch and learn meeting. I will share more details regarding this program as well. So the SBA 7A is SBA flagship loan program. It's not direct government loan, but rather it's the bank provide a capital while the SBA provide a government guarantee on portion of the loan. In general, the portion is about 75% of the loan. So the SBA maximum loan size is $5 million. So the SBA, so the first one is I focus on is eligibility. SBA program for eligibility is the business must be in profit, based in U.S. small business, meet SBA science standard, and also can demonstrate the ability for cash flow from repayment the loan. And ownership, the SBA has the diversified ownership requirement, which is available for U.S. citizens, U.S. nationals, and as well as lawful permanent residents, what we call green card holders. The guarantee is threshold. So many people asking who's guarantee or individual or corporation. So basically, there is a 20% rule. So for the individual who owns 20% or more the ownership of the applicant will be required to pledge their personal guarantee and limited personal guarantee to subject loan requests. So for the loan, what we can use SBA for loan per se, or basically what we can use for SBA. So this is the most asked questions for many sales agents or the clients as well. So basically, SBA can use very broadly business purpose, including the purchase or renovation or refinance commercial real estate. They can also to finance the purchase equipment, purchase inventory, and financing the tenant improvement. And also they can provide business working capital, and they can finance the account receivable. Also, what they can do is they can finance business acquisition, partnership buyout. So basically, it almost cover almost everything that eligible for business purpose. For what we're talking about commercial real estate, there is one general rules for SBA is what we consider is owner occupied rules. So for real estate acquisitions or refinance, SBA require the subject business must occupy at least 51%. I mean is SBA can finance 51%, and you can lease out, the client can lease out 49% to other tenants. So as long as subject business can occupy 51%, we consider this as owner occupied buildings. So SBA is okay for lender to financing any owner occupied commercial real estates. So if you have any clients that maybe owns an office building that they have multiple units, as long as their business occupy 51% or more, that building itself will be considered as owner occupied. It can be financed through the SBA loan program as well. So when we talk about financing SBA has another great requirements that compared to traditional commercial real estate loans, which is a lower down payments. SBA in general only require 10 to 15% lower down payment compared to bank traditional commercial real estate loan. In general, they may require 30%, 35%, or 40% of the down payment to purchase a commercial real estate. SBA program only require 10 to 15%, which is a great benefit to all the small business owners. They can use more money, their own money for the business working capital instead of putting 30%, 40% down on the owner-occupied commercial real estates. And also, in terms of the loan terms, what SBA is saying that SBA has a great tool for superior cash flow. SBA offer up to 25 years fully amortized on real estate loan transactions. So consider this as most of the mortgage loans has 30 years fully amortized loan payments. SBA has 25-year fully amortized. So, and they can pay off in 25 years if they continue to make the payments. And for any business purpose, what I mean business purpose is like working capital, business acquisition, partnership buyouts, AR financing, inventory financings. The SBA offer up to maximum 10-year fully amortized business loans. So this will give our borrowers a great deal for their cash flow, and there's no balloon payment. So the borrower don't have any stress, like after a couple years, like they need to find another lender to refinance their balloon payments or things like that. So once they do the SBA loans always have fully amortized loans, either for real estate transaction 25 years or 10 years for business purpose loans. So another great tool for this is if your clients have a line of credit with other lenders, that most of the lender will require their line of credit renewed annually, and then they will require they use a line like for example like 30 days cleanup period or something like this. But if your clients could not make revolving line of credit or has difficult time to renew line of credit, SBA2 can refinance their business line of credit with fully amortization 10 years for the monthly payment as well. So this is a great tool for the SBA to refinance any existing line of credits or provide any business loans as well as real estate transaction as well. And also SBA can also offer refinance to their business credit cards. If certain clients using business credit card for purchase with much higher interest costs, like over 20% something, and then they couldn't pay off in the 1 month or so, they've been charged for the interest. So the SBA will allow lenders to refinance their eligible SBA business credit card payments into 10 years fully amortized business loans, which means they can reduce their monthly payment much lower and give their business cash flow a great boost to their business cash flow as well. So again, those are the highlights for the SBA 7A programs. And then for this coming Wednesday, for the lunch and learn meeting at 1 p.m., I will share more details and more example for each topic that I just covered today. Once again, my name is Ben. Come from Pacific Alliance Bank. I've been doing SBA for over 15 years. So SBA can be a great financing tool to your clients, to whoever need financing business or real estate transactions. I will drop out my contact information in the chat box, and then feel free to reach out to me for any questions regarding SBA or as well as bank conventional commercial real estate loans or constructions or C&I loan as well. So thank you. And then I hope to see everyone on this coming Wednesday. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Ben. It's a wonderful introduction of SBA loans. I didn't know that you can finance the credit card balance with the SBA loan. This is something new in the SBA?
Well, it's always there, but the requirement must be like business credit card. And the purpose for the business credit card must be spent for the business purpose as well. Mm-hmm. So it will be for the lender, you will be required to ask the client to provide any proof that, for example, the receipt or something that you spend for the business purpose. As long as you can demonstrate that you're using the business credit card for the business purpose, and it can be refinanced with SBA 7A business loans. Yes.
The rate is about the same for the other SBA loans?
Yes, the SBA loans is about the same, but it will be much lower than the credit card interest rate.
Definitely,
yes,
yeah.
Yes.
The credit card is 22%. You know, that's
yes,
crazy,
yes,
you know?
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay, very good, Ben. I'm looking forward to the Wednesday lunch and learn. We'll see you again then. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Ask a question.
Okay, yeah, Oscar, go ahead.
Hi, Ben. This is Oscar Castrillon. How are you today?
Good. How are you?
Good. I have a quick question. Can a new business get a loan, SBA loan?
Can new business get an SBA loan? That's a great question, Oscar. Yes, SBA is a great tool. I would say one of the few tools for the bank for startup business to get SBA financing, because most of the banks that they don't really financing startup business. They need a historical financial track records, for example, 2-year tax returns, certain things like that. But however, SBA is a great tool for financing startup business. So what lender mostly looking for is of course, the borrower background, the borrower experience. subject information, and as well as any projections, financials as well. So yes, to answer your questions, SBA can financing startups. Yes.
Okay, thank you. When you put your information, I'm gonna give you a call.
Sure. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Thank you. Have a nice day now.
Thank you.
Very good. Thank you. All right. If no questions for Ben, then we'll see him at Wednesday, this Wednesday at 1 o'clock. Okay. If you want,
Yes.
if you guys want more information about SBA and other loan products. Okay, let's move on. Any questions so far? Okay, now I do have some announcements, and for today's lunch and learn, as we mentioned, Bentley will be hosting the lunch and learn this this Wednesday at 1 p.m. It should be a pretty informative and educational seminar. And a light lunch will be provided if you come a little bit early. Maybe we start serving lunch at 12:30, and you can have a little snack before the seminar. But anyway, it's a lunch and learn, so I hope you can come in person and enjoy the lunch with us. Okay. And this Friday, Michelle will continue with the training in the RPA and the new forms that was released last December. This will be a part 2. Part 1 was last Friday, and Michelle will continue with part 2 of this RPA training and also the new forms. And also beginning in February, we will start the training of new agents. You know how to do a residential transaction from A to Z, starting from putting a listing in the MLS and how to go through the SO process and all the documentations and stuff like that. It will be quite a comprehensive training, and I think that is good for the new agents and the agents who has been absent from some transaction for a while, and it will be a much good refreshing course for them. Okay, it will be we'll make some more announcement later. That will be in maybe the middle of February. And also, as you know that I don't know whether you know about the CRE Win class, which we had last year. It was a stunning success by the Core Banker Commercial, and it's a 10-week class where they train you to be commercial agents, and then it's very educational and very comprehensive. They'll teach you the financial analysis and all the tools necessary for being a commercial real estate agent. And also after the seminar, you will be certified as the Core Banker Commercial Agent, and you'll be able to access their websites and become known to other agents that you are under the Core Banker Commercial. So it's a very good class, and as I said, it's a stunning success last year, and they're going to do it again this year, beginning maybe the middle of March. So we'll have more announcements later to tell you exact date. We haven't set up the exact date yet, and we're still waiting for the Core Banker Commercial to give us the exact date. So we'll keep you informed. Okay, keep you posted. I'm sorry, I have a dry throat today, so excuse me. Okay. All right. Any questions so far? Okay. Any announcement from you, Michelle?
Yeah, I'm just gonna tag in on the commercial classes. We had, I think, 20 people go through last time, And it is very informative, but it'll teach you the basics. But commercial transactions, if you've never been involved in them, we'd like you to partner with somebody who has experience because it's a different ballgame. And while you're partnering, you may be providing some commission to the other agent, but it's invaluable training for you. So please do not go out alone if you do not have the commercial experience. We have plenty of agents we can refer you to that would be happy to work with you, and you will learn a lot from them. As always, Peter and I are here to answer questions. So, and I will be in those classes again too. I think it'll be my third round when we go back in again. So make sure you plan on attending. They're great information.
Yeah, and they have great resources, and if you are diligent attending, I guarantee you learn a lot, and you'll be all top-notch commercial agent after you finish. And if you do your homework, okay?
Yeah.
You have to do your homework. I'm sorry, you just cannot just sit through the class and then forget about the homework. Then you don't get as much benefit from it. So I would encourage everybody everybody who wants to be a commercial agent to either take it for the first time or with refresh course for the second time, and it's really worth it. And it's free, you don't have to pay anything. And hey, this is a good benefit from the core banker. Okay. All right. So at this time, I would like to Michelle to tell us what's going on with the listing and sales for last week. Michelle.
Okay, so for last week, our new escrows, we had 168 South Monterey Street, number 511. It's a condo. Nina Shu is the listing and selling agent. That went into escrow at 925. And 900 South San Gabriel Boulevard in San Gabriel. That is in escrow. It's a commercial building for $4 million. Shumei Cam is the listing agent. James Chow is the selling agent. 41 North Garfield Avenue, Alhambra, is a commercial lease. That's Alvin Lai, listing and selling agent, and that was a value of $50,000. For the new listings, we have 429 South Palm Avenue. It's a commercial building in Alhambra listed by Shumei Cam. It's 6.5 million. It's a nice building, folks. It has a full central kitchen. It's got warehouse, parking lot. So if you have a client interested in that kind of thing, I would suggest taking a look. 2005 Mount Vernon Avenue in Riverside. That's a residential listed by Sharon Chow at 1.039. Vacant land in Sylmore. Nada Romo listed that with another agent outside of our brokerage. They are sharing the listing at 1.995. And 1135 Cornet in Pasadena. That is a residential listed by Amy Wang at 1.450. And that concludes the business for last week. Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you, Michelle. Any questions from the agents? Anyone want to share their listings and reduction in prices or anything? It's time to speak up. No?
Peter,
yeah, go ahead.
Peter, I'm sorry,
yeah.
Michelle. Can you repeat the dates of the commercial classes, please?
We don't have the definitive date yet. We're still
okay.
for them to announce it.
Got
Yeah,
it.
okay. Somewhere, sometime in March.
Yeah,
definitely. Thank you.
We'll keep you posted, okay?
Peter,
Thank
I
you.
have one more thing. For those of you who are staying around for new agent training, just hang in after the meeting goes off, and we will be looking at the BRBC. These trainings are not recorded. It's more geared to people coming back to business or new agents. So if you fall into those categories or just need a refresher, please hang around. We'll try to conclude these within a half hour, okay? So thank you.
Just stay on the Zoom if you are attending by Zoom. And if people who are attending in person, just stay in the training room. We'll continue the the session but without recording after the first half. Okay. All right.
Okay.
And anything else?
No, that was it for me.
Okay. Anything from the agents? Okay, if not, then I will do my presentation on something that is should be relevant to you. Is I want to talk to you about this is the disclosure responsibility for real estate agents. And you know that disclosure lawsuit is about 70% of all the real estate lawsuits. That is the big, it's the areas that has most losses and most difficult to defend, because it's not just the intent. If you are negligent in any way at all, it's almost like a straight liability, and it's very difficult to defend, and it can be very expensive to defend. So it's best not to get into it in the first place. If you get into one of these lawsuits, and you have to manage it carefully, you first you have to talk to your advisor, your legal advisor, or your supervising broker, and find out what is the best way to handle it. And most of the RPA, they have the mediation and arbitration clauses. So before you file a lawsuit or go into something very drastic, there's always an easier way to solve this kind of problem. So if you have any question about this kind of dispute, call me first or call Michelle, and we'll be able to guide you through. Okay. So, but at this point, recently we have another case that there seems to be negligent in disclosure. The reason is because the buyer just purchased the property less than 6 months ago, and then because of the recent rainfall, they find out that the garage has a big leakage problem, and the whole garage was flooded. And it turns out that in order to remedy that, it would take about $60,000. That's a lot of liability for the buyers to burden, because they said that, wow, the seller must have gone through that before, and how come they didn't disclose it to us? And now we are left with $60,000 repair bills. So they're thinking of suing everybody and all that. There's a lot of commotions and a lot of emotional things going on. So I want to kind of visit the disclosure lawsuits, the laws behind the disclosure requirements, so that the agents will be more cognizant of what need to be done, and what are the duties. So what is how to avoid a lawsuit in real estate transaction? How to avoid the disclosure the lawsuits? Well, there are two areas of disclosure. One is the general disclosure, and one is the statutory disclosure. The general disclosure is anything that is material must be disclosed. It's a very broad umbrella, and where you're required to disclose anything that is material, and to the buyers or the seller or anybody, or any parties in the transaction. And that's a statutory disclosure. They're mandated by law, and it's very specific. Those statutory disclosures are TDS, SPQ, NHD, lead-based paying disclosure, AVID, agency disclosure, dual agency disclosure, market condition advisories, mellow rules disclosure, water heater and smoke detector disclosure, carbon monoxide disclosure, and the septic septic tank and well disclosure. And this I have to comment about this septic tank disclosure. And this this the septic tank is not automatically included in the physical inspection. So this is very tricky, you know. If you most of the time you think that, hey, you know, nobody will have a septic tank in such a urban city. Nobody, you know, unless it's a real rural area, you know, you shouldn't have a septic tank, you know, problem. But hey, this is not true. You know, even in South Pasadena, which is well developed and it still have the septic tank. Okay, and this is what happened one time in the transaction, and the seller didn't disclose the septic tank, and that involved a big lawsuit in our brokerage, and we have to pay $110,000 to settle this lawsuit. So it's this real a problem. You know, you really have to be careful about disclosing the septic tank status. And then the last one is the notice of the right to the home inspection. So these are the statutory disclosure that you must disclose. I mean, there's no ifs and buts about it. And so just to be safe, anything that is known to the seller that will affect the value of the property shall be disclosed. You know, anything that's material should be disclosed. And the disclosure is your first line of defense. You know, in any lawsuits. So because the law usually look at your good faith. You know, if you have a good faith to comply with the disclosure laws, and then you have a good chance to win. Okay, then why lawsuit happen? You know, the reason is very simple. People just didn't even think about it, and they neglect to about their duty to disclose. And they said that, well, if you know, I can always say I didn't know, you know. But the thing is that if you know, you cannot pretend that you don't know. You know, it's you know, when you come to the lawsuit, it's a different situation. You know, in court, it's very difficult to lie. And then if you think that you can lie your way through the lawsuit, then you're very much mistaken. So don't lie. You know, if you really don't know, then you really don't know. But if you do know, you cannot say that I didn't know. And then the second thing about why it had that lawsuit happen is that you have inconsistent paperwork. You know, sometimes you have paperwork here and there and say that you know this, but in the other places you said that you don't have it, and it's just inconsistent. And if you have that one, then the default will be to consider that you are aware of it. So that's no good either. And also you have the verbal statements that you made, and which is not backed by the written disclosures. And when it comes to the court testimony, and you're difficult to pretend that you have to disclose or you have not disclosed. So I said most of the lawsuits are preventable, not accidental. You know, so you just have to be prepared for it and try to avoid it. Okay, the legal standard is very simple. That you know, being a real estate agent, you have 6 duty of the standard of care. The first one is the duty of honesty and good faith. You know, in other words, you have to be honest, and you have the duty of disclosure, which you have to disclose anything that's material to the buyers, to the seller, and to all the parties involved. And then you have the duty of reasonable care and skill as a real estate agent. You know, and this is very broad. You know, and anything that the real estate agent should know and should have the skill, then you must have the skill and the responsibility of being a real estate agent. And then you have the duty to inspect. And then anytime that you suspect something, and then you have the duty to look into it, to find out what's going on. and you have the duty to advise whether there's something is good or bad for your client, and you have a fiduciary duty to do the best for your client. And then the last one will be the duty to document and communicate, and that's very important too. And so that is your duty as a real estate agent, and the court will judge on the behavior, not the intent, you know, and so it's all fact related, you know. If you and you have a good faith for complying, the court will you know, will have a favorable light upon you. So you just have to be honest and acting in good faith. So what is a material fact? A material fact is anything that affects the value, the desirability, and the buyer's decision to purchase. Now, the word desirability is very broad, you know, very vague, because what is desirable for you is not necessarily desirable for the buyer, and vice versa, right? So you have to find out what the desirability of the buyer or you know, the agent, and find out you know, and guide them in the right direction. And if you have some material fact that will affect their desirability, you must notify them, or you must let them be aware of it, or disclose to them. And then if there's anything that affect the buyer's decision to purchase, for example, if the buyers would like to have a good school district, and then you know that the property that you are proposing to him is in a very bad school district, then you have the duty to tell them accordingly. Okay. So and so what the examples of material facts are like water intrusion, foundation issues, neighborhood nuances, and unpermitted work, and you know, area the surrounding areas of the property. Those are material facts. So a lot of people think that a lot of agents think that you know, hey, as is clause in the RPA is a good protection, but actually it's not. The as is really doesn't matter much at all, you know. It only means that the seller is not willing to do any additional repairs, and then it's the intention of the seller is try to do a minimum as much as possible, but it doesn't do away with your disclosure responsibility, and it doesn't protect against fraud or concealment. It does not cover the latent defects known to sellers. In other words, even though the defect is not readily discernible, if it's known to the seller must disclose it. And also that as it's the clause does not override statutory disclosure. Anyway, the statutory disclosure must be disclosed accordingly. So all of them, not every one of them. And it will not shift the liability for known environmental issues either. You know, if you have known some environmental issues, you must disclose it accordingly, and you must be disclosed in good faith. And silence can legal misrepresentations. In other words, if you don't say anything, then you know, then you are guilty of misrepresentation as well. So whatever it is, and if the S is, it only means that the seller will not do repair, not to shun the. So you should not use that to shun the duty of disclosure. So what are the forms that will help you to do the seller's disclosure? Well, there's a lot of forms, and here it's about, I don't know, it's 14 of them, something like that. The first one is TDS, SPQ, NHD, and the lead-based paint, and agency relationship disclosure, smoke detector and water heater, and compliance statement, carbon monoxide, detector disclosure, Melrose disclosure, the septic well disclosure, and 9A report. Now, the 9A report is not required in all the cities, but like the city of LA, and 9A report is required. The 9A report basically is report from the cities as saying that a certain thing has been certain thing will be required before the close of escrow, and to bring it to the attention that which one is compliant, which one is not, and the 9A. The seller is supposed to furnish the 9A report, and whether the 9A report will be prepared before the close of escrow is between the seller and the buyer. It's not mandatory that the seller has to complete the repair before the it's close escrow, but this is some items that the buyer should be aware of before the close of escrow. And those are mandatory disclosure. It's called what we call the statutory disclosure. Okay, so if you're missing out any of this, it's the magnet for the lawsuit. So in other words, this is automatic invitation for lawsuits. Okay, so if you don't disclose it, and then you're in trouble. And then also on the buyer side disclosure duty, you're supposed to disclose a reasonable, competent visual inspection. You disclose observable red flags to the buyers, and then you have to disclose observable material facts to the buyers too. And remember, you have the duty to advise for investigation, although you may not require to diagnose it's a problem, but you should advise the seller, the buyer, or your clients to do further investigation if you see a red flag. And then you have the duty to disclose material from third parties, communicate the material information promptly to your clients. So these are the buyer side disclosure duties, and it is very important that you fulfill them. Okay. And then you have the visual inspection. What the court expect you to see is a look for stains, cracks, odors, and sloping floors, and unusual repairs, the noise of environmental issues, and so you document what do you see and what you observe, and you don't have to do a diagnosis, and don't make any conclusion of what it is. You just say what do you already say. You don't have to diagnose what it is. So in other words, if you say some stain on the ceiling, don't say that it's a roof leak. A roof leak is a conclusion. That's the stain that you put in is what you see. So you have to make that distinction, and don't overstate what you are supposed to disclose. And the timing is very important too. You have to disclose it to the client in a timely manner. So all the material facts should be disclosed before the acceptance of the RPA. When it's too late, it's not an informed consent anymore. Informed consent means that you have to get the information out first before the other party consented, right? So informed consents, you cannot just say, okay, well, I forgot to inform you, but now here is the disclosure that I forgot to tell you. So that's too late already. So the timing wise is no good. So the disclosure should be early, not after the acceptance. Okay, so because those informed consent are very important for the buyers to make decisions. And verbal statements is very dangerous. As you know, that real estate is really governed by the statute of fraud. That means everything in real estate, in order to be effective, it has to be in writing. So if it's not in writing, is no good. You cannot just rely on a verbal promise saying that, hey, everything is correct, everything is right. It's don't worry about it. This kind of thing. And so if you cannot put it in writing, and don't say it, okay? Because it's not effective in the real estate transaction. And all the emails, texts, and digital messages are evidence, okay? So be careful what you write in the email or your personal text or your digital messages. And now, and this is the area that is very important because we lost a lawsuit in one of the disability claims, saying that that the bias was that the landlord is discriminating against the tenants, and the problem is the agents kept all the email and text and that they send it to the other agents and the tenants and then they will become a smoking gun for them. And so we lost the case because of that. And so the email, text, and digital messages are very important. So don't say anything that is frivolous or useless, and and don't put any derogative comments into the emails or text or digital messages. Those are evidence in court. So if you put it in, make sure that it's readable and loud in court. So if the court, you have to assume that the judge will read every message that you put in the email, text, and digital messages. And all the repairs does not the erase the disclosure application. In other words, even though the defect has been repaired, doesn't mean that you don't have to disclose it. So in other words, you have before you have a very big leaking problem, you have a foundational problem. Even though after you repaired it, you have to disclose that you knew about this kind of defect, you know about this kind of deficiency. And so that the other party will know about it, because repair doesn't erase the disclosure obligation. Okay, then the tip fixed doesn't mean that never existed. So you still do obligated to disclose it. And then the permits and unpermitted works. This is another big area that you have to pay attention to. And most of the time, a lot of the homeowners do repair work or do remodeling work without permit, and then without the permit, then the city didn't know what kind of work that you put, whether it's legally permissible or not. And so once the buyer find out that some of the work are unpermitted, they have trouble selling it to other party, and once they find out, they will sure sue the seller. So those unpermitted work, those are red flags that you have to ascertain with the city. You go to the city and find out exactly which one is permitted and which one is not, and try not to get in trouble, because they can be a very messy lawsuit. And then you have the neighborhood condition. Find out about the noise issues, nearby development, the odors and nuisances, and all the environments that will affect the decision of the buyers to purchase this property. Those are all these are examples, important information for the buyers, and you have to disclose it. And even no matter what the buyers wants or not. So you knew about these nuisances, you have to disclose it. Okay. because this will affect the enjoyment of the property. And that another caution about a dual agency is you have heightened risk because you have two principles to satisfy. One's the seller and one's the buyer, and then sometimes it can be coming in a conflict of interest, and so it's a heightened risk. If you don't handle it carefully, one of the parties will sue you. And so being the due agents, you are in a heightened risk of being sued. Okay. And then you remember what I said about SAs? It does not lessen the simultaneous duty to the seller and the buyer. And the full disclosure must be done to both parties, And even though we think that there's some of the information the conflicting interests, and you must be fully disclosed. And also a neutral presentation of facts. So if you are doing due agency, do extra careful, okay? And then red flags that trigger lawsuit is that rush closing and reluctant sellers in complete answers. And if you see it that don't put that in writing, then you know that there's something that they want to hide. So you have to trust your instinct and try to uncover that what is going on, and disclose it accordingly. And then and documentation is always your friend for your lawsuit, because the more documentation you have, the better chance you have to defend your case. So you must confirm that disclosure in writing, and keep the inspection records, use the checklist, and save all the drafts and amendments. And so remember, if it's not documented, it didn't happen. So everything is statutory fraud. You have to get everything in writing, okay? And then, hey, we are here to serve you. I'm your supervising broker. And if you have any question at all, come to me. Or come to Michelle. We will be happy to help you. Look at your documentation, look at your duties, and find out what the transaction, where anything of the deficiency is, and then we can correct it in in a timely manner, and so that you don't get into trouble. Okay, so broker review and oversight is very important for you too. So use it. Okay, that's what we are here to help you. And the golden disclosure rule is, hey, when in doubt, disclose. It's far better that over disclose and under disclose. So remember that if any of the parties think that you deceive them, hey, they won't let you go. They will surely sue you. And then they don't like deceptions, because they but if they have the defect and they know about it, they may forgive you. They may forgive the defects, but they won't forgive you if you deceive them. Okay. And so the final takeaway is that the disclosure is a risk management. You have to do it carefully. A lawsuit comes from omissions, not honesty. So in other words, honesty is the best policy. Just don't omit it. And your license worth more, a lot more than just the deal from the money from the deal. Okay, so you protect yourself, your clients, and the brokerage, and do the disclosure as good faith as possible. Okay, so that's all I have to present today. I'm sorry they went a little bit over time, but I think those are good information for you. And we are here to help you to minimize losses. And this is the area that most of the lawsuit happens. So anything you want to ask me at this point?
Yes,
Oscar.
Yes, on the assist condition, would that apply to investors that buy cash as is?
What cash? I'm sorry.
You know how you were saying to disclose everything, even if the buyer is buying it as is. But what if the buyer is an investor that's buying it as is and is buying cash? Do you still have
paying cash? It doesn't matter whether it's paying cash or financing. Your disclosure responsibility is the same.
Okay, because you know, sometimes they tell you, oh, don't worry about that because I'm gonna rehab the whole house.
No, no, you cannot depend on that kind of statement. You know, you have to do your duty first.
No, okay.
No matter what they're going to do later, you know, and especially in verbal promises, it doesn't matter in real estate.
Okay. Yeah, it's just, you know, that came to my mind because, you know, some, you know, the investors, they like to buy homes under market value because they're gonna remodel the property.
Sure. If they give you a written waiver, that's okay. You saying that say that, well, I am aware of this condition, and I'm willing to accept the way that it is, and I will hold the seller harmless. That's fine. It's the buyers can do that, but
Okay,
don't rely on oral promises. Okay, very dangerous.
okay, so just at least a waiver from the investor that's buying
Yes,
cash
written waiver.
value.
Written.
Okay,
Yes.
sounds good. Thank you.
Okay, sure, you're welcome. Anybody else?
Hey, Peter,
Yeah.
just share two issues, maybe my experience, maybe will help our agent. One is some kind of very funny advice. Even if your clients have all cash, trying to get a small loan, trying to get some loan. Usually because the lender, they are more careful than you are, than your client. And the reason for that is one is the happen. Not luckily, I does not represent my clients.
Yeah.
My friend who purchased the property through a huge commercial corporations, you know, I don't want to disclose the name. It's a huge transaction, and it's a multi-unit, relatively new. Seller is a Japanese, buyer is a Japanese, so they trust each other. Okay, and they buy all cash. And usually when you buy a multi-unit, usually that is the considered as the family, you know, residence. And usually we don't do the so-called environmental survey, such as the phase 1 or phase 2 or something like that.
Right.
So the buyer, who is my friend, who purchased property, then probably a couple of years later, he come to me and says, Steve, I have a problem. I said, what's happened? I purchased this one. It's a 30, I think 30 or 40 units. And then when I try to get the loan, the bank say, you have environmental issues.
Yeah.
You know, that is, how could that be? You know, and then they found out the original owner who developed the property themselves. Okay, and originally there was a long time ago. It was a auto repair shop.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah, and so when you come close to this, I say I don't have the answer because usually, for my experience, we don't do that.
Right.
So that is give me the experiences. Even if you are buying all cash, you know, give the business some of your bank, you know, try to get a small loan. Let the bank to do your safety guard. And
Good idea.
plus, you know, if you buy all cash right now, the IRS or the Uncle Sam going to go, are you doing the laundry, you know?
Right.
And the second is this is happened on me on the disclosure on assets. Once I purchased property from a bank repo, and you know, bank say, assets, no, that I do nothing, I know nothing, I don't do anything at all. The bank always say that. So yeah, we agreed and we purchased property as usual, just like, you know, I do the inspection, and we found some problem.
Yeah.
Some major problem. So I went back to the bank, say, hey, now, Mr. Bank, I know you are telling me you don't do anything. You don't do this, you don't do that. But now I find this kind of problem. You have to disclosure. You have to disclose to anyone in the future of the investor or buyer. So my suggestion, can you give us some credit?
That's
and
good.
they did.
good advice. Yeah.
Yeah, so even sometimes if they later say AC where is no repair, always do your inspection. And when you find out something, no harm to do negotiate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, that is my opinion.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing. Thank you. Okay. Any further comments from anybody? Well, if not, then I will conclude the meeting. But for people who want to stay on for the second half, you can stay on. But there won't be any more recording. And Michelle and I will be staying on for you for the second half. Okay, it will be another half an hour, right, Michelle?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Have a great
I'll
week,
see you,
everyone.
John.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.